Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. First of all, thanks to the ETHMilan team for organization of this such a nice event. I'm Filippo Moraschi, and I'm the community manager and strategist at Fox Finance. Fox Finance is a decentralized protocol that offers a wide range of decentralized tools. Everything started in the 2021, thanks to the support of an Italian blockchain software house called Blockchain Italia. We raised 3 million in the seed round by top VCs like Borderless Capital, Convent Ventures, OKX, Jump. Then in the April 22, we went on mainnet, and we deployed the first iteration in the Milano Blockchain, a non-EVM chain. But over the years, an idea of expanding going cross-chain has matured, but in a way that wouldn't make sense. So not just deploying the protocol and forking as usual, but by building a protocol that could have allowed chains to interact between each other. So we decided to build a fully cross-chain lending protocol in collaboration with top bridging protocols like Wormhole and Chainlink. So we're using now their messaging layer technology. Before going deeper into the cross-chain technology, I would like to give a brief overview on today's situation. On the left side, we have the centralized platform. On the right side, the DeFi application. Here I listed a few pros and cons of both solutions. So when a user interacts with a centralized application, you are basically giving up the ownership of your funds. Transparency, even if in the recent years, the transparency of centralized platform improved, especially in the main platform, this is a problem that still persists. Centralized authority, because all the decisions are taken by the centralized protocol. They must be regulatory compliance because this could prevent users to perform specific operation or could also prevent users from accessing the platform. But they are only one platform, so you can do the operation you want. You can do trade, staking, liquid staking, leverage trading. You can send the asset you want. You can participate in pre-sale, for example. They have cross-chain support. So you just need to care about sending the asset. The bridge operation is abstracted, so the users will not care about having to deal with a bridge operation. On the right side, we have DeFi multi-chain application. First of all, with multi-chain application, I'm referring to a protocol, to the same protocol that is deployed on multiple blockchain. While with Crosschain, I'm referring to deploying a protocol that can be accessed through multiple blockchain. DeFi multi-chain protocols are permissionless and trustless, but nowadays they are facing two main big issues. One is the liquidity fragmentation, because since the protocol is deployed on several blockchains, these blockchains don't interact between each other. So this will create a fragmentation of the liquidity and not an aggregation. There's also a problem of tool fragmentation, because, for example, if I have a collateral in a lending protocol in one chain and I want to borrow an asset in another chain, I need to withdraw my asset as collateral, I need to bridge it, and I need to redeposit again and borrow the asset. So you can imagine how this can be painful for beginners or just a newbie in ecosystem. That's why at Fox Finance we built a cross-chain lending protocol. As I mentioned before, we built in collaboration with Wormhole and Chainlink. We are using their messaging layer stack. We are also using Circle CCTP for USDC. The way it works, the protocol, the architecture is called hub and spoke, which means there's an hub chain that handle all the business logic of the protocol, and around it there are spoke chain where users can interact with them. So, for example, I can deposit an asset on Ethereum, and I can borrow an asset on Avalanche without dealing with bridge operation. This also works with both non-EVM and EVM chains. So I can deposit an asset on Solana and can borrow on Arbitrum, as always, without dealing with bridge operation. This cross-chain technology not only bring benefits from UX perspective, so an aggregation of the chain's liquidity, but also from a pure lending mechanism. Here, in this example, I brought Aave, but this can Aave, but this can be applied to any multi-chain protocol. So in a lending market, the most borrowed asset are the stable coins. In this case, I took as example USDC, and the cross-chain technology and the Fox Finance model allow you to create a unified pools. So, and these bring 3 main benefits. The first one is that it brings a greater borrowing power for the users. Since the pools are unified, so I can deposit an asset, for example, USDC from any chain, and it will go into one pool, and also users can borrow it from the same pool. So for example, here I'm considering a total market liquidity of 1 billion on Aave. And if we assume that there are, 1 billion liquidity as USDC, but 700 million are on other chains, and the largest amount of USDC liquidity is on Arbitrum, 300 million. Here I'm considering a collateral factor of 80%. But so as a user, I can borrow up to that liquidity. So I can borrow up to 300 million as liquidity. While using the Fox Finance concentrated model with unified pools, I can borrow up to 800 million, also considering the collateral factor here is just 80%. So this shows that this model is way more efficient than any multi-chain architecture. And also this brings the standardization of the interest rates. So we will have just one deposit rate and one borrow interest rate, since the pool is just one. And from a user perspective, this will bring an improvement also from a UX, because if I have my USDC on Avalanche, I can deposit in the pool, and I can reduce the collateral on Arbitrum. If I have USDC as debt, I can take out a loan on Solana, and I can repay it from Ethereum. So this gives the highest flexibility in the loan management to our users. So the Fox Finance vision is also to create an only one-stop shop. So not only offering lending and borrowing services, but we are also offering cross-chain swaps, soon cross-chain liquid staking, leverage liquid staking, long and short. We're also building a mobile application attached with a credit card. This cross-chain technology not only brings benefit to the application, but also bring benefits at a token level. Many of these messaging layer tech like Wormhole, Chainlink, but also Layer 0, develop their interoperable standard, for example, NTT, CCT, and OFT. These allow users to move their asset in a seamless way between chains using a burning and minting function. This also allows cross-chain composability, because all the assets that are using this interop standard maintain the same properties in every chain they are deployed. This also brings cross-chain governance, because users can interact with the protocol governance in the chain where they are holding the token. And this obviously brings the same benefit as USDC, as this example I shown before with USDC. So this example can be applied to any tokens that adopt this interoperable standard. One of the most used applications in the cross-chain space are cross-chain swaps, cross-chain aggregator. This also, besides allowing the users to have a unified experience, this allows the user to swap a token A from a chain A to a token B in a chain B. Everything in just one operation, so users don't have to go through a multiple op for just swapping an asset between chains. This will happen everything in one interface. At Fox, we are also, as I mentioned before, we are also building a mobile application. We saw that there are many DeFi protocols that don't have a proper mobile experience. And we saw that there's a huge untapped market. So we are building a fully customized mobile app that will be easy to use for beginners, for degen, and also for Web2 people. So we are also aiming to attract Web2 people that are using fintech application. And later on, a credit card will be issued. So Fox Finance user will be able to use their collateral. Can also be, for example, a real-world asset like gold. We already listed it. So they will be able to use collaterals to take out a loan, and they can use this loan for their everyday purchases. Quick mention on the security side. It's very important, especially when protocol deal with new technology. We at Fox, we invested a lot into the security and the economic part of the protocol. We did multiple audits. We also were among the partners with Immunify. We organized their first bug bounty hackathon involving many white hackers around the world. We also have an open bug bounty hackathon. So if you are an hacker, you can go there and try to to hack our code. We also did several economic review on the protocol to assure that all the protocol mechanism works well. So this is a very important point, and this should be the standard for any DeFi protocol. Quick mention on the team. Every successful crypto project has at least one Italian team member. So at Fox we have more than 10 Italian members. So I will say this is a bullish signal for Fox. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question, feel free to ask.